And now we will stop at a very interesting invention, not directly connected to the computer. In 1801, a Frenchman, Joseph-Marie Jacquard, invented a power loom that could base its weave and hence design on fabric upon a pattern that was automatically read from the punched wooden cards that was aligned in a long row and held together with ropes. Actually, his invention was a big boon for mill owners, so he was one of the men who created the Industrial Revolution. And that is why this boon that was great for mill owners was a real disaster for loom operators. And during this and during his life, he faced different problems. Actually, a lot of mobs and have tried to destroy his looms and actually once attacked himself. The history has a lot of examples of a labor unrest following the Industrial Revolution or technology innovation. But a lot of studies show that overall technology brings different another job and much more job positions. And Joseph-Marie Jacquard actually inspired a lot of future inventors to create their tools and equipment in the calculations, and we will talk about them. By 1822, the English mathematician Charles Babbage was following his dream to create a special machine that was able to make a lot of computations at once. He named his machine as Difference Engine. And he was following his dream because he constantly have seen a lot of errors during his investigation of the tables of logarithms or navigational tables. And at that age, Great Britain produced already 7 volumes of navigational tables that were accompanied with additional volumes of fixes and corrects to those numbers. And it was very important for the government to produce more precise values and eliminate errors within these tables. That is why he petitioned the government to fund his project to build such an equipment that could produce tables like logarithms or tables for the navigational environment or the navigational purposes. And government actually gave him money. And he started his initiatives to create his difference machine. But Babbage was perfectionist. He constantly improved his initial design. And due to the fact that suppliers could not create equipment at the required precision, he tried to help them to improve their business processes and to produce equipment with higher precision. But in 10 years, Babbage was still nowhere to finish his project. And he lost all of the team members and stayed alone. He lost all of the monies that were granted by the government and even spent his own and even more, but never completed this project. And this project was marketed as one of the most expensive projects that was sponsored by the government of Great Britain and never finished. Babbage was not deterred. At that time, he was already on his next brainstorm, Analytical Engine, a next endeavor that was to create a device a size of a house. For instance, the initial size of the difference machine was a size of a room. And now his analytical engine was completely redesigned to solve absolutely any kind of mathematical problem according to the programmable elements. So he was impressed by the invention of Joseph Marie Jacquard and his punched cards. And he realized that he could use them to program his analytical engine. Actually, these punched cards could be used as the memory unit, and he made an important leap due to this fact that an analytical engine could accept different numbers or input values as these punched wooden cards and produce a result according to the inputs. So the analytical engine would be a programmable equipment. And his device will stayed only in the schemes and in his production of designs, and never were sponsored by anyone or any government. And he actually create a very big difference compared to the different engine, because now analytical engine could support a conditional statement. A conditional statement could make a different result of a same operation according to the different input. So a conditional statement helps to make logical operation that may be produced by this analytical engine. And during this time, he befriended with Ada Lovelace, the daughter of famous Lord Byron. And at the age of 19, Ada Lovelace was very impressed by his initiatives, and he understood the importance of his analytical engines and tried to implement some kind of programs or instructions that would be accepted by his analytical engine and produce results. And that is why he deserved the name of a first programmer in the world. And actually, Charles Babbage refused to publicate any results of his work for 30 years. And all that we know about the notes or about their work with Ada Lovelace was made by her notes, and she was a woman who proposed it, and she found the importance of the looping operations actually. And Charles Babbage at that time was already following his another inventions like a postal equipment, like cow-catchers on train, and also he have invented an ophthalmoscope that is still in use.